Hello and welcome to the annual Litopia New Year's Literary Quiz for 2026. This is a quiz for writers, or at least for people who think they're writers, so grab a pencil and keep score. We'll be marking your answers as we go along. Are you ready to test your writing mettle? Let's begin. Round 1 presents our uncommon knowledge game, and you'll have 7 seconds to choose the right answer. Question 1. For which country was the writer Ernest Hemingway recruited as a spy in 1941? A. The Irish Free State. B. The Soviet Union. C. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police Security Service. Time's up. The correct answer is, rather surprisingly, B. In the book Spies, The Rise and Fall of the KGB in America, published in 2009 by Yale University Press, it was revealed that Hemingway was for a while on the KGB's list of its agents in America. Well, if you chose answer B, give yourself 5 points. Question 2. British author Roald Dahl had a very odd habit of using chocolate in a most unusual way. What was it? A. He used it to make his ink for writing. B. He melted it and used it as a laxative. And C. He shaped it into bricks as gifts for children. The correct answer is A. He used to make his writing ink from it. Willy Wonka, eat your heart out. 5 points for you if you got that right. Question 3. Which cafe in Edinburgh is famously associated with J.K. Rowling writing the first Harry Potter novel? Was it A. Starbucks, B. The Elephant House, or C. Cafe Nero? The correct answer is B. The Elephant House, which was wrecked by a devastating fire in 2021, and the police are looking for Voldemort. Again, 5 points if you got that right. Question 4. The Wachowskis drew inspiration from which book to create parts of the Matrix trilogy? Was it A. 1984 by George Orwell, or was it B. Simulacra and Simulation by Jean Baudrillard? Or was it C. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury? The correct answer is B. Simulacra and Simulation by Jean Baudrillard, the French philosopher and father of hyper-reality, whatever that is. A well-earned 5 points to you if you got that right. Question 5. Which work is the best-selling novel of all time with well over 500 million copies sold? Is it War and Peace by Tolstoy, Don Quixote by de Cervantes, or 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James? Time's up. The answer is B. Don Quixote. Encyclopedia Britannica notes that Don Quixote is by far the best-selling novel ever, with perhaps over 500 million copies sold. Question 6. Which author is the best-selling fiction writer of all time? Is it A. J.K. Rowling, B. Agatha Christie, or C. Stephen King? And the answer is B. Agatha Christie. Her Wikipedia page confirms she is the best-selling fiction writer ever, with over 2 billion copies of her books sold. Question 7. Carolyn Keene is a pseudonym for the authors of which children's mystery series? Is it A. Nancy Drew, B. The Hardy Boys, or C. The Famous Five? And the correct answer is A. Nancy Drew. Carolyn Keene is in fact the house pseudonym used by the Straight Mayor Syndicate for the Nancy Drew Mysteries. Each anonymous writer was paid just $125 for each book and were required by their contract to give up all rights to what they'd written and to maintain confidentiality. Question 8. Which author's debut novel was originally published anonymously as, quote, by a lady? Was it A, Charlotte Bronte? Was it B, Jane Austen? Or C, Mary Shelley? The answer is B, Jane Austen. Austen's first novel, Sense and Sensibility, was published in 1811, and the title page only said, by a lady. Question 9. The longest word ever written in literature, 171 letters, appears in which work? Is it A, James Joyce's Finnegan's Wake, Aristophanes' play Assemblywoman, or James Joyce's Ulysses? And the answer is B, Assemblywomen by Aristophanes. The infamous 171-letter word is recognised by Guinness as the longest word in literature. It's the name he gave to a fictional dish comprised of such dainties as rotted dogfish and thrush. Well, I hope it gave him food poisoning. Question 10. Which novel was described by its author as a failure, despite later becoming a cornerstone of modern literature? Was it A, Ulysses by James Joyce? Was it B, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald? Or was it C, Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf? Well, the answer is B. F. Scott Fitzgerald called it exactly that in letters to a number of people, including his editor at Scribner's, Maxwell Perkins, the legendary editor who also discovered Hemingway and Thomas Wolfe. So let's check your score at this point. It was 5 points for every correct answer. So out of 50 possible points, how well did you do? On to round 2. This is the consonant game, and I do recommend a pencil and paper for this. I'm going to remove all the consonants from a bunch of well-known sayings or phrases, and you've got to guess what on earth they are. To make it easier, I'm going to give you a few clues. Here's your first challenge. Every consonant has been replaced with an X, and by the way, capitalization has been preserved, which may help you. I'm going to give you the first clue straight away, and clue 1 for this is fairly cryptic. This is an existential dilemma. Now, if you get it right after the first clue, you can award yourself a big, fat 10 points. Okay, time for another clue, I think. Clue 2, which is moderate. The most famous line in English drama. Aha. If you correctly guess it at this point, you'll get 5 points. Now for the third clue, and this is easy. It's one word, Hamlet. If you guess it correctly after the third clue, you're going to get just 1 point. Let's see the answer now. To be or not to be. The source is William Shakespeare, of course. Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Fancy another one? Yeah? Okay, here it is. And your first clue. A truth that only appears after the second draft. And if you get it right after this, of course, you're going to get 10 points. All right, time for another clue. Clue 2. Often quoted in writing workshops. If you get it right after this, you'll get 5 points. And clue 3, which actually makes it quite easy. According to Hemingway, writing is rewriting. Okay? Writing is rewriting. Have another look. If you get it right now, you'll get 1 point. And here's the answer. First drafts are junk. That's a paraphrase of Hemingway's famous remark. So here's the third one for you, together with your first rather cryptic clue. And the clue is this: family surveillance. Family surveillance. If you get it right after this one, you'll get 10 points. Okay, time for clue 2. A slogan from a dystopian novel. And if you get it right now, you'll get 5 points. And clue 3, this makes it quite easy, George Orwell. If you get it right now, you'll get 1 point. And the answer is Big Brother is Watching You. The source, of course, is 1984. Here's the fourth one. And your first cryptic clue. A duel between stationery, that's E-R-Y, stationery, and steel. All right, time for clue 2. A proverb about writing versus violence. And clue 3, something is mightier than the sword. And the answer, of course, is the pen is mightier than the sword. And the source is Edward Bulwer Lytton in his book Richelieu, 1839. Should we try the last one now? This is the phrase. And here's your cryptic clue for 10 points. A workflow powered by regret. Now time for the second clue. Advice attributed to an American novelist. And clue 3, this is something you might do drunk, but you might do something else when you're sober. And the answer, of course, is write drunk, edit sober. And it's commonly attributed, of course, who else, to Ernest Hemingway. So how are you doing so far? After the first 2 rounds, the theoretical maximum score is 100 points, but just between you and me, no one ever gets close to that. On to round 3, rebuses. I love rebuses. They're groups of letters, numbers, pictures, and things like that that represent words or phrases. Okay, let me give you one just as a sample. This is not going to count for scoring. Have a look at this. The word belt is sitting above another word, hitting. Think about that in an off-the-wall kind of way, and you may come up with hitting below the belt, which is the correct answer. Yeah. Let's try one for real. Scribble down whatever answer you think might be correct for each one. Okay, time's up. Let's see the answers. And for each correct answer, you can give yourself 1 point. I think you're getting the hang of it. Should we try 4 more? Okay. And here are the answers. Give yourself 1 point for each correct one. Warm up, wake up to you, and unfinished symphony. Feel like another one? Okay, here we go. And the answers? Try to understand, tripod, travel overseas, get it? And top secret. I should have warned you, the rebuses are like visual puns, really, and they can make you groan. Time for another bunch, I think. And the answers, worth 1 point for each correct guess. Tennis shoe, think about it, it works. Sleep on it, side effects, and second glance. If you're not squirming by now, I don't know what will make you. And now for the penultimate bunch. Time's up, and here are the answers. Search high and low, safety in numbers, running on empty, get it? And Robin Hood. That's Robin Hood. Wow. Now for your very last chance to shine with a rebus is our last bunch. And the answers are price, potatoes, novel, and, work this out, missing you. Missing you. Clever, huh? So the potential top score on that round was 24 points. How many did you get? Round 4. The writer's Charivari. Quick, multiple choice questions. You have a 1 in 3 chance actually of getting it right simply by guessing, and a very generous 2 points for every correct answer you get. Which of these words can be typed using only the top row of letters on a QWERTY keyboard? Is it A, typewriter, B, stewardesses, C, keyboard? And the answer is A, typewriter. 2 points for you if you got that right. Second question. Call Me Ishmael is the famous opening line of which novel? Is it A, The Great Gatsby, B, Moby Dick, or C, The Hobbit? And the answer is B, Moby Dick by Melville, who only became famous 100 years after he died. Question 3. Which film is the all-time highest grossing movie adaptation of a novel? Is it A, Jurassic World, B, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, or C, The Hobbit? Well, the answer is A. It's Jurassic World, which has grossed $1.6 billion. Question 4. Which film was based on novel by Andy Weir? Was it A, Gravity, B, Inception, or C, The Martian? And the answer, of course, is C, The Martian. Question 5. For which author was Richard Bachman a pseudonym? Was it A, Stephen King, B, Dean Koontz, or C, Clive Barker? And the answer is A. It's Stephen King. What a prolific individual indeed. Question 6. Which 1979 Soviet science fiction film was based on the Strugatsky brothers' novel Roadside Picnic? Was it A, Stalker, B, Solaris, or C, Andrei Rublev? And the answer is A, Stalker. Now, those are all films, actually, by the same director, Andrei Tarkovsky, one of the greatest film directors ever to have lived. If you've never seen any Tarkovsky film, you've got a treat in store. But just a warning, if you go for Solaris, make sure, ensure it's actually the one by Tarkovsky, not the appalling imitation by Clooney. Question 7. In which play did the word robot first appear, giving us the modern term? Was it A, R-U-R? Was it B, Metropolis? Or was it C, Frankenstein? The answer is A, R-U-R. Question 8. What's Captain Hook's first name in J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan? Was it A, James? Was it B, John? Or was it C? This is a trick question. The answer, I think rather surprisingly, is A. It was James. I'm kind of disappointed to find out that he's got such an ordinary first name, are you? Question 9. What's the alternate title, that's the subtitle, of Tolkien's The Hobbit? Was it A, The Fellowship of the Ring? Was it B, There and Back Again? Or was it C, The Silmarillion? The answer is B, There and Back Again. Question 10. Which pair of authors were members of the Oxford literary discussion group called the Inklings? Was it A, C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien? Was it B, J.K. Rowling and Terry Pratchett? Or was it C, Agatha Christie and Dorothy L. Sayers? The answer is A, C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, although allegedly they didn't get on very well at all. Question 11. Ridley Scott's 1982 film Blade Runner was based on which science fiction novel? Was it A, Neuromancer by William Gibson, or B, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, or C, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick? And the answer is C, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I think they do, don't you? Question 12. In L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, what colour are Dorothy's magical slippers? Are they A, silver, B, ruby, or C, emerald? Time's up, and the answer is A. They are actually silver. Question 13. Which poet insisted on writing only in green ink because he believed the colour symbolised hope? Was it A, Charles Baudelaire, or B, Pablo Neruda, or C, William Blake? The answer is B, Pablo Neruda, a Chilean poet, diplomat and politician who won the 1971 Nobel Prize in Literature. Question 14. Which author feared premature burial, kept a note by his bed saying, "I only appear to be dead," and travelled with a rope in case of fire? Was it A, Edgar Allan Poe, or B, Hans Christian Andersen, or C, Bram Stoker? Time's up. The answer is B, actually, Hans Christian Andersen. I didn't know that before researching this. The Danish storyteller was terrified of being buried alive, and he left a note reading, "I only appear to be dead," at his bedside every night. Question 15. Which book introduced the word nerd to print? Was it A, Harry Potter and the Prison of Azkaban, B, If I Ran the Zoo, or C, The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat? And the answer is B, If I Ran the Zoo. Merriam-Webster notes that the earliest appearance of nerd is in Dr. Seuss's 1950 book, which mentions a nurgle, a nerd, and a seersucker. Question 16. Which famous Holmesian catchphrase never actually appears in the original Sherlock Holmes stories by Arthur Conan Doyle? Is it A, "The game's afoot"? Is it B, "Elementary, my dear Watson," or C, "My dear fellow"? Well, the answer is B, "Elementary, my dear Watson." Elementary and my dear Watson do occur, but separately. Question 17. Under what masculine pseudonym did Charlotte Bronte publish Jane Eyre in 1847? Was it A, Acton Bell, B, Cora Bell, or C, Ellis Bell? And the answer is B, Cora Bell, sharing the same initials, of course, as the author has. Question 18. Which science fiction author published the 1945 article Extraterrestrial Relays, envisioning satellites in geostationary orbit to relay communications? Was it A, Isaac Asimov? Was it B, Arthur C. Clarke? Or was it C, Robert Heinlein? Well, the answer is B, Arthur C. Clarke. Clarke's article in Wireless World proposed manned space stations in geostationary orbit acting as communications relays. I don't think he got royalties on it. Question 19. Which 19th century French writer locked away his clothes and wrote wrapped up in a giant grey shawl to prevent himself from leaving the house while finishing his manuscript? Was it A, Gustave Flaubert? Was it B, Victor Hugo? Or was it C, Alexandre Dumas? Well, the answer is B. It was actually Victor Hugo. His servant had to hide his clothes so he couldn't go out before finishing The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Question 20. Which crime novelist is famous for plotting her mysteries while soaking in the bath and eating apples, lining the rim with apple cores? Is it A, Patricia Highsmith, or B, Agatha Christie, or C, Ruth Rendell? Well, the answer is B. It's actually Agatha Christie. She often worked out her plots in the bath, placing apple cores on the tub's rim. Well, you've just answered 20 questions for 2 points each, making your potential top score 40 points. What did you get? Game 5. The ant game has no rules and doesn't need any explanation at all. You get 1 point for each correct answer. Here's a free sample for you. What kind of ant is very nice? The answer must have ant somewhere in the name, so it's a pleasant. That would be a very good answer. Let's get stuck in with the first question. What kind of ant is known for its bad behavior? I'm going for aberrant or deviant. That would do very nicely too. Question 2. What kind of ant is a punting pole or an algorithmic trader? And if you answered a quant, then give yourself 2 points. That's exactly what it is. Question 3. What kind of ant shows knowledge or understanding or realization or perception? Yeah, I feel it coming to you. I feel it coming. Have you got it? It's a cognizant. You can see the way this is going to go, can't you? Question 4. What kind of ant has the ascendancy over others? And if you said a predominant, yeah, give yourself 2 points for that as well. Question 5. What kind of ant is productive, fruitful, or assists in procreation? Yes, it's a procreant. I think you've got the hang of this now. Question 6. What kind of ant emits heat or light? It's a radiant. What kind of ant rears up on its hind legs? Yeah, you got it? It's a rampant. No, it only gets worse. Question 8. What kind of ant makes its first formal appearance in society? And the answer, of course, is it's a debutante. Question 9. What kind of ant is a bit pissed off? And the answer to that is disenchanted. There is an ant in there somewhere. Question 10. What kind of ant is unsure and keeps changing his mind? And if you're thinking of hesitant, then you've got the right answer. Question 11. What kind of ant loves ceremonies and formal occasions? And there's only one answer to that, of course. It's a page ant. It's so painful. Question 12. What kind of ant is legally accused of a crime? And if you've written down a defendant, give yourself 2 points. Question 13. How many ants are needed to fill an apartment? Now, you're going to hate me for this. The answer is 10 ant. Oh, dear me. Question 14. What kind of ant never says sorry? The answer's got to be unrepentant ant. What kind of ant is not on the level? You'll kick yourself if you don't know this. It's a slant. Yes, a slant. These short words are more difficult than the long ones, really, aren't they? Question 16. What kind of ant thinks it's better than you? Well, that's got to be an arrogant, hasn't it? 2 points for you if you got that. Question 17. What kind of ant can predict your future? Did you say a clairvoyant by any chance? And if you did, 2 more points for you. Question 18. What kind of ant can't take anything seriously? Now this has got to be a flip ant, hasn't it? 2 more points for you. Question 19. What kind of flying ant will give you a drink? This is horrible. This is horrible. It's a flight attendant. What kind of ant is an angry breakfast food? It sounds like this. There's a clue for you. It sounds like an angry breakfast food. The answer's got to be, it's a cross ant. A croissant. A cross ant, yeah. Question 21. What kind of ant never stops? I'd say that's an incessant, yeah. Question 22. What kind of ant is larger when leaving the hairdressers? Well, that's got to be a boof ant, hasn't it? Dear me. What kind of ant likes to keep you buzzing? Likes to keep you buzzing. The answer, that's got to be a stimulant. What kind of ant is oh so needy? Remember what I said about short ones being more difficult than long ones? This is the ultimate short one. And the answer is want. Want. And with that, I think we'll wind up this year's literary quiz from Litopia. We all enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed taking it. Do let us know your score down here in the comments section. And of course, do have the most amazing Happy New Year.